Tamika, we're gonna get your leg hang. I wanted to say thank you so much for letting me do this and giving me the drive and opportunity to share my knowledge. If you guys didn't know, I'm a personal trainer, so I went to personal training school. All of this was pre-COVID, so it was in person. We learned like hands-on about the muscles, the joints. I have my NASM certification. So yeah, like we learned about the muscles, strengthening, and NASM in particular. So like it's an accredited sports medicine type thing. So they pretty much teach you like theory and like kind of this model. They call it like a OPT model. They teach you a model for basic strengthening. So pretty much I take that model and then apply it to just like movement and everything. It's pretty simple once you know the muscles and like the framework behind everything. But anyways, a big part of it is like corrective exercise, and just like my teacher was really amazing too. Shout out Josiah. So I just wanted to make a little video to try to help you get your leg hang. It's different being in person, working one-on-one with you. In my opinion, like working one-on-one with clients, it's a little easier because you can spot them, you can see exactly what's up with them. But I'm just making this video based off of my knowledge and just like giving you many different options as to why maybe leg hangs, outside leg hangs may be difficult for you. So yeah, but I'm here to help and we gonna get your leg hang. So yeah. Is it a strength thing? Is it a flexibility thing? Is it a placement thing? Like, are you putting the pole on the right part of your body? Is it a mental thing? Like, are you scared to do it? Okay, so I also wanted to explain a part of the theory is, a part of the troubleshooting in the theory is figuring out on your body, like which parts of your body you need to work on in order to do the skill. If you know which parts of the body, if you have a game plan, that's like really important. We gotta know and we gotta have a game plan in order to get the best results. We're gonna start on the ground because that's the best place to start. And we are on static right now. So I'm just gonna break it down like how I think, since I can't ask you questions and just like get exactly, like I need to be able to ask you questions if I'm working one-on-one in order to just like, you know, figure out which parts you exactly need to work on. I'm just going to give you what I think may help. So if we break down this skill, being able to analyze and break down the skill is super important in figuring out like why it may be difficult for us. So for a leg hang, I feel like I'm thinking right now 1, 2, 3. I can break it down into like 3 different, maybe 3 main movements, you know? So right now, I'm gonna do the left outside leg hang. So I'm gonna do an outside leg hang on my left leg is hooking. So let's ask these questions to ourselves. Is the move difficult because I can't pull myself up? Is the move difficult because I can't hold myself? I can't hold my leg up? Is my leg hurt when it's hooked around the pole? Am I sliding? Does it hurt my side body? Does it feel uncomfortable for my underarm or any other parts of my body? Like, we have to see why we can't do the move. Is my hamstring not strong enough to hold it? And another major one is sometimes we have the strength, but sometimes the tenderness, like the pressure of the pole digging into our muscle. So pretty much foam rolling. If you don't know what foam rolling is, I have a video on that. Link in right here. What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the pressure of the pole going into our hamstring. Sometimes that's killer. Sometimes it's killer when it's going up into our calf. So there are many different reasons. So number one, let's just get like the placement first. Like, let's just say we already have the strength to get up in there, and now we're just holding the position because we're gonna like reverse engineer it. We're gonna try to make the position and then work backwards. Yeah. So I'm sure you've done this before. Oh, let me move this a little more down. I'm sure you've done this before, but you know, you just start on the ground. So I'm gonna go right here. If you didn't know, I'm gonna get this too. I'm gonna get my little diagrams. So the three main contact points, I'm gonna start from the core and then work our way out. So the three contact points is your side body here, but more specifically, so if you feel your bone, you have your bony parts right here, your ASIS, the bony parts right here, and then you feel your ribs here. This one's sticking out, and then go a few in. You have some floaty ones right here, go back a little, and then it should be empty space, like not space, but you have a gap from your hip bone to your last rib here. You want to put it in that spot. It's going right here. And everybody's body is different, and I'm gonna get you the little muscle dudes so you can see. So if you've never seen one of these, you know, like science class, biology, whatever type of class, so if you don't have one of these, I highly suggest you Googling it, looking it up, printing it out. And I know this is a guy. I know you can find women ones, but they're more difficult to find. This is the muscle one. This is the skeletal one. So these are the bones, these are the muscles. So if you find this is the front of his body, this is the front of the body. So we're putting it right here. So this gap, so see his bones, these crests right here, this like crest, we are putting it right here, right in between here. And everybody's body is different. Women typically have, not all women, but some women have wider hips. So wider hips, smaller upper body. So got that nice hourglass, okay? But for my body, I'm kind of more square. So I'm gonna be putting the pole right here. This is contact point number one, right in between the space. Right in between here. And then if you want to see the muscles doesn't do it really good, but we're gonna be putting it right here, and then on the back, right here, right in between that space. So this is contact point one. This is another contact point, and then the arm will be the last. I'm gonna do the arm when I'm up there, but this one. So this one, I started from the core first because in general, this one will probably be the same for most everyone. Like it'll look different. Everyone's body looks different when they do it. But if you want to be like safe and not damage your bones, if you have this one good, then this one you can move around the contact point for this one and make different shapes, and like it'll look cool, and depending on your leg hamstring flexibility, you'll be able to do different things. And then depending on the leg strength, then you'll be able to release the arm. Okay, this is contact point one. This is contact point two. For everyone it's different, so Right now we're gonna be putting it behind your knee pit. Right, it's contacting me right here on like the calf, the side right here. They're called your perennials. Perennials, your lateral gastrocnemius, the side of your calf. And then it's also crossing my hamstring right here. So if you didn't know, you have 4 hamstring muscles. Okay, let me just show you the calf muscles. So the side right here, this is his lower leg. It's contacting the outside here, and then the calf on the outside. So this is the back of his calf. This one. Contact point 1, contact point 2. And this is actually a really great strengthening drill. You can practice this, but just putting pressure and squeezing down. So right now we're kind of just practicing getting the feel. You want to be comfortable moving your leg up and down like this. Kind of just getting your muscles used to it. I wanted to add, depending on like your muscle development and like literally your anatomy, like for me, the pole doesn't even go like into my knee pit 100% because like my calves are so big, I guess. It just stops, like the meat is just holding me in place. So right now we're just practicing squeezing up and down, seeing how tight we can squeeze. And don't forget this contact point. Right now gravity is helping us, so it's not as much pressure, but really put the pole on your side body and close and close. Tight leg, tight core, and can you arch? Okay, now if you can do that, we're going to lift up, push your back. See how I was like floating up there? So right now that's really just working the lower body, the lower extremity. The core is engaged, but the ground is holding our upper body. So we're like 50% there. Once you feel comfortable squeezing down and you feel like your hips are off the ground, your leg is off the ground, then you're pretty much there. There are so many other accessory drills that I'll show you. But if you just want to like dive into it, jump right into it, try that one out, see how it works. I'm gonna do some more so you can see, and I'm gonna explain a little more. So if that is difficult for you, you kind of have to see like, why is it difficult? Like, is my hamstring shaking? Does it actually really hurt like the side of my body right here? Is it hurting the calf? Is it hurting the hamstring? Is my core like, am I not able to feel the engagement, the connection of like everything? So we're gonna do it again. We have the 2 contact points. And it's, don't think just like one point, but it's really like across, think cross, and like across our body. And I'll try to give you a little more tips that help me. So if you think you want to be straight up and down, that means you must have a lot of rotation in your hips to keep your torso upright, and then your leg is all the way going across, hooking, and you gotta be strong like this, and you're literally jamming your body, like twisting actively twisting up, actively squeezing down, and arch. And right now, and pull, I think maybe a few other people can agree with me, but like pull, I feel like pull and movement and flexibility and lines, like half of it's like an illusion, I feel. It's just the angle of your body and the angle of your hips. So if you want a leg hang that's straight up and down, you get a lot of rotation, but you can turn your torso if your glutes, like if your glutes are tight. And for me, my hips were so tight, like I honestly couldn't even wrap my leg around the pole. And I kid you not, like it was not there. I'm gonna give you a few more tips. So if we're going really deep into the training, there's a few different ways that I feel like you can leg hang if however you want to learn. So some people, I feel like sometimes we are relying on the grip, so our skin on the grip to just hold us. So like if we're really sticky, we could just hook the leg and our skin is gonna hold us, and we're just holding it, just chilling in an isometric position, not actively rotating or not actively doing anything. We're just chilling it, and then the pole is here, and then it's like holding us in, right? If you want to be like more like, I guess, active, and like they call it active flexibility, and that's kind of like the woo, like once you do things, learn how to engage your muscles like actively, instead of more just passively or just isometrically, then that's when the game changes. So we're hooking the leg, right? We're going down, and you can go this way. Hook is locking us in. So my heel is twisting out this way, and it really jams it really jams your leg into the pole, and it hurts a lot, but you will definitely be actively holding yourself. You're literally hanging by your leg. Don't forget, I need to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. So when I actively press it in, it goes into deeper muscles than I'm used to just like chilling here, relying on the grip. So I'm going down and I'm going out that way. And I'm pressing my like belly button area. You can turn and face your chest a little to the pole. I'm sure you can turn and face your chest a little to the pole, and it's literally contacting your belly right here. That's another way to do it. Yeah. I would say that's like step one, just like trying to be comfortable up in your leg hang, and getting the contact points for the major 1 and 2. So we're gonna walk next to the pole, armpits here, lean back, straight arms. In my opinion, this is like more difficult for me, but like if you're lower body dominant, then really, in my opinion, doing it certain ways is like harder for me, and it takes more energy just because that's how my body is. But if you're more lower body dominant, and pretty much for physics and everything, like pretty much you want to get your heaviest part over your center. So if you're more lower body dominant, you're gonna have to take extra work to get upside down. Either your arms gotta be stronger, or you gotta kick your lower body, or you just have to get you gotta get the heaviest part of yourself up. So in order to get our heaviest part of ourselves up, there's a few different ways. I'm sure you've seen people go like this. Armpit, lean back, curl, And this is already in my contact point, and it's like never really leaving. Like, I'm still working on opening up my psoas so it can be more archy. But we're here. Hook. And I'm still holding. Right there. So I'm sure you can do a leg hang at any angle. Like, you just have to find which one is good for you. Some people hook their leg and it's let open, more closed. You really just have to find which ones that you like to do and which ones that you can hold. Okay. I'm gonna show you my other side because my other side is not as strong, so you'll be able to see like the difference. So contact point, arch, whew. So I'm still working on getting it comfortable on the pole here and then comfortable on my across. If you can see where it's contacting, it's going across here and in the back of here, hooking right there. So yeah, I'm still getting it comfortable. I'm trying to bend through different areas of my body just to make it look prettier. And I feel like that's like the key, and oh, it looks beautiful is just because you're bending through certain parts of your body. But I'm gonna do it again and see, I'm gonna try to be bending through more of my low back and really working on getting the leg across. So if we're doing this side, let's do it again. Is hip flexion, hip adduction, hip internal rotation, knee flexion. All at the same time, all at the same time. Plus, that's just your lower body. Plus is your upper body doing a whole bunch of other things too. But I think the arm is the easier part. We're working on the leg right now. So walk your hips, side body, lock the shoulders back, squeeze, and hook. Ooh. Okay, so definitely the arm is very important. When I guess the more advanced, I would consider myself still beginner intermediate in my opinion for as long as I've been doing pole. I just understand the concepts and the theory and things like that. But so another big one with the arms is, which is why it's 3 contact points. So now this is the last contact point. So if we're doing the left outside leg, the 3rd contact point, we got the leg, we got here. Then we got the arm here. Well, 1, 2. Then we got the arm. The arm is squeezing, squeezing, arch, squeeze. And you're literally like actively on the pole. I'm gonna show you on my right side because you'll really be able to see it on that side because I'm still working on it. But I'm trying to make my shapes and engage everything, and yeah. Okay. Okay. Arms. I hate when my tags are sticky. Why didn't you guys tell me? So arch. So we went over the contact points. Now let's go over the strengthening. So for getting up into your leg hang, there's a few different ways. You know, you can jump pretty much as long as your hips are above your hands. So whether that's rocking backwards like this, keeping the arms straight and jumping up, or what's easier for me is, since my body is more like, instead of all of my weight being down here, I feel like I'm literally like, I'm pretty like even in my weight distribution. I'm trying to grow my upper body, and I actually lost weight in my legs. I'm trying to get my legs back, but so for me, it's really easier to go from the, like my focal point and my turning point is a bit higher. So like I can do it from the armpit here and it'll still be good for me. So if I'm here, okay, and like, did you see how I curled? So my turning point is here, and then I did a crunch, and then my hips are above. But if I do my focal point from right here, and this is the point I'm turning at, then I just have to, it changes my body. So let's watch again the difference. And now let's do my focal point turning from a little lower. So it's a little different, and in my opinion, like hooking the leg, when my focal point is lower that I'm rotating at, hooking the leg, like I don't have as much clearance, because when I'm up, like I don't have as much clearance for my leg. So you either gotta move your arm fast and really be trusting in your leg, or you just gotta get a little higher. But yeah, you can start low. You can totally start low and just like, if it's a bicep pull-up thing, that's just like curls like this. You can do it a little more specific and do it on the pole. Hold here in your armpit and go to straight. Go from your armpit and go to straight. And you can make it as pretty as you want. You can point your toes, keep the legs straight. Right now we're focusing on like the upper body, but also you can work on the accessory work. So you can work on the individual pieces. And I always say this, like I always say that it's like a puzzle piece. It's almost like a game. It's like a puzzle. Like you get to figure out on your body what needs to be worked out and what needs to get stronger, what needs to become more resilient, what I need to work on. So let's do it again. So this is my right side. My bottom arm is low, my top arm is high. We're going from our armpit and roll down, straight. Armpit, roll down, straight. Let's do the other side, okay? In here, straight. Here, straight. Bottom arm is low, top arm is high. Here, into the side line. Here, reverse it. Catch, squeeze. Make sure you're squeezing the pole against your side body. Let's do the other side. So bottom arm is low, top arm is high. And I'm just standing up right now. We want to be, if your elbows are wide, close them down. And I'm literally like this. Here, straight. Here, straight. So it's literally like a pull up like this. Bicep curl. But then we're extending. That's the motion. So if we're breaking down the upper body movement, I know there's lower body and then there's the upper body. This would be more the upper body. So if you feel like your arms cannot hold you, like which part of your arms, we have to figure that part out. So is it your grip? Or like, are you sliding down? Do you just need more grip? Is it your fingers are giving out, like your hands are giving out? Are your forearms giving out? Is the pressure of the pole contacting your armpit or rolling across your obliques in your side body? Like, is that uncomfortable? Are your biceps not strong enough? Does it hurt your elbow? Do you have pain here? That's another big one. I forgot to mention with the lower body, like if you've had any like past injuries like meniscus tear, ACL, torn anything, if you've got your appendix taken out, like all of these factors go into how we will be able to do a certain skill. But yeah, relating back to the upper body, like, does it hurt my shoulders? Like, do my shoulders need to get stronger? Like, am I really forward? So do I need to be able to like pull back more and hold it tight? Like, is it hard to keep my arms straight? Is it easier with my arms bent? Things like that. That was a few upper body. Let's move to some more lower body. Lower body strengthening. So another really big one is if your hamstring, I'm just working on your hamstring strength. I'm gonna show you just like a little drill that you can do. This is going to be a hamstring curl or hamstring just activation drill. So we're gonna be on the ground. We're gonna be here. We're gonna press up into a bridge. And then to get more activation, we're gonna do our toes up. Ideally, we're pressing through our whole entire foot, but for this one, we're gonna be raising up if you feel comfortable, we're gonna raise up our toes, and then it'll really engage your hammies. Okay, we're gonna pinch the shoulders back, core tight, bridge up, toes up. Press your hands down, forming a nice platform with your back. Then we're gonna walk it out. Ooh, if that's hard, put the toes down. We're squeezing so try not to be so archy for this one. We're gonna press our back flat. We're gonna keep the core tight, squeeze the glutes, and the core is, walk the hands out, walk it up. It's a workout, right? It's almost like hamstring slide things. That's another one you can do. So you can use, obviously if you have the slider pads, we can use those, but if you have hardwood floor, you can use a paper towel, a towel. So let's just do that. Same thing, set up good. Okay, we're gonna go up and we're gonna slide one. Slide another one. Slide another one. Can you do it with the heels up? Whew. Last one. But yeah, that's really engaging my posterior chain, my hamstrings, my hips, my glutes, my back, my core, everything. So let's do it a few more times. Let me show you this way. So platform at the back. I like to press my elbows down and my palms. My core is down, squeezing the glutes up. Keep bridging up. And so like I'm honestly strong enough to just hold up with one leg. But for the sake of this drill, we're going to keep on putting the pressure in the leg that's sliding out because we want to activate that. So yeah. Okay, toes up. Pressing down. If you're doing it right, you should feel a burn. If you cramp, pause, drink some water, eat a banana, try again. So yeah, that was a more hamstring strengthening one. My hair. I usually don't put my head on the ground, but it's okay. I did this for the sake of the video. Okay, Tamika, I really hope that helped. I know I was kind of scattered all over the place, but I'm hoping I could piece this together to make it make sense. I may do another video, a more like official legit video, but I hope those helped. The last thing on the list after troubleshooting, is it a strength thing, is it a contact point thing, is the mindset thing. I wanted to touch on that because mindset, it encompasses so many different things. You know, everything's connected, but if this doesn't help, then don't let that discourage you. We just got to find what will help you, and what will help you get to your goals. That's the whole journey, that's the fun, that's the whole part of it, is just going along with the process and the experience and trying new things, seeing if it doesn't work. If it doesn't, seeing if it works. If it doesn't, let's try something else. But yeah, I really hope this helps. I'll catch you in class and talk to you later. Peace.
Sometimes I feel